Marriage is not always 50-50. One of the things I believe everybody should know about marriage is this. Each marriage is unique.
The thing is that we should all come into marriage with the mindset of giving our very best.
Yes.
Sometimes my best could be in that particular regard. I can only contribute 20 and he will contribute 80. Yeah. But it should be that is actually my 100 that I've given. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is Faith, Family and
Forever.
On this channel we talk about faith, we talk about family, marriage, love, dating, parenting, wisdom from God's word, and everything that's going to help you to live a fruitful and fulfilled life. So if this is the kind of content that you're looking for, we want you to ensure that you click that subscribe button and turn up the notifications so that you can always get notified every time that we have a new video up on this channel. And with that said, thank you so much for all the love on our first video that we dropped last week.
The love was massive.
It was really massive. We got new subscribers on the channels. The views was amazing. So your comments, we really appreciate everything that you drop in the comment section. So welcome to this next video. In this video, we are talking about 5 myths that is commonly projected when it comes to the issue of marriage. And then we just want to debunk some of these myths. There are lots of myths about marriage actually. And that is why we have this channel, to actually enlighten us and help us see that some of the things that we've believed about marriage so far are not true.
It's not true at all.
Are not true. So we want to debunk 5 of such myths in this video. We want to encourage you, if you have any questions for us, ensure you drop it in the comment section. Or we're also going to put an email in the comments where you can share your story, share your questions with us. And this channel is also going to be an avenue for us to respond
we can take time to address them.
Questions, yes. Because in some of the videos we are going to take Q&A sessions and we're going to respond to your questions. But all details about that we are going to leave in the description box for you.
The first myth we want to talk about, that I think we should talk about this in today's video, is the myth that marriage is a 50-50 affair. The marriage is 50-50. And when something is said repeatedly over the years, people don't even bother to check it out whether it is true or not.
Exactly.
And that is one of the reasons why my wife and I want to debunk these myths. All right, marriage is not always 50-50. All right. One of the things I believe everybody should know about marriage is this, that each marriage is unique. All right. Now, I agree that every marriage must align with the principles of God's word. All right. But there are measures of uniqueness that come with each marriage. And so each marriage may not be 50-50. For example, the wife may not be able to contribute 50% in finance as the husband commits 50% in the finance. The wife may not be able to be there 100% for some basic house chores like the husband. And there could be some levels of uniqueness and differences from one marriage to another marriage. And that is why one of the things I feel that you must avoid in your marital journey is the danger of comparison. All right, because there are marriages where in finance it comes more from the wife than the husband. There are marriages where it comes more from the husband than the wife. There are marriages that they've been able to manage a 50-50 affair. Even in emotional support, in home activities, a lot of things, they don't always have to come as 50-50 because we are different people, we are skilled differently, we have different levels of maturity. All right, so the Bible says, Peter was speaking that the weaker part of the body, God has bestowed greater honor. I'm not sure whether it was Peter or Paul that said that God has bestowed greater honor. All right, so that means that the idea behind a successful marriage, to me, is that in each area of weakness, all right, the other person must be there to cover it up. All right, so the real thing about marriage is being there to support yourselves. All right, it's not always a 50-50 idea. All right, marriages that try to run it. I know there's a Western world template around it. All right, there's a Western world template around it that you pay for gas, I pay for food. You pay the children's school fees, I pay for this. All right, now we can work towards that, but it doesn't always work like that.
So we shouldn't come into marriage expecting that it must be 50-50.
No.
If I do this, then if once I'm the one paying the school fees, then you must be the one paying.
No.
Even if you don't have money, go and look for it. I will save my. I've heard stories of people that couples where the husband didn't have the money to pay the rent. but the wife had, but because it was the responsibility of the husband, she didn't try to support. I even heard the story of a man that ended up committing suicide because the burden was so much on him and he couldn't bear it. Meanwhile, because the wife came in with the approach of, this is his own work, he must be the one to do it, then she didn't even offer to support her. There was even this story also of a man they were living in a rented apartment. Meanwhile, the rented apartment was owned actually by the wife. The wife was the landlord.
It's the wife that owns.
The wife was the landlord of the house
that they were living,
and the husband was still paying rent.
Oh, baby.
So I think it's just that mindset of the fact that I have done my part, he should do his part. Sometimes marriages come as 100. I think the thing is that we should all come into marriage with the mindset of giving our very best.
Yes.
Sometimes my best could be in that particular regard. I can only contribute 20 and he will contribute 80. But it should be that is actually my 100 that I've given. So I should come with the mind of giving my best, my 100, my all. My husband too should come with the mindset of giving his 100, his all. But when I put my 100 down and he puts his 100 down, it may not be that my own 100 sums up to his 80, it will be 80, and his own 100 sums up to 20. Or my own 100 sums up to 40, and his own 100 sums up to 60. But I should know that it's actually my best that I'm giving, is my all that I'm giving. It's my everything I'm giving to this marriage. So, and he too should be able to understand that, okay, in this regard, what she can actually contribute our best in this regard, maybe in finances, is still 20 for now. So I need to supply the rest to cushion it. Okay, in this regard, maybe in house chores, because the other is the one that is busy going to work and everything. Maybe his best when it comes to domestic affairs could be 20, and my own best is 80. But it should always be that is my best.
That principle, in fact, explains everything. All right, she's a better marriage counselor. We all come to marriage giving our best. Before we sleep every day, we should always ask ourselves that, have I given my best? In terms of finances, is the best I can give. I understand sometimes when some women want to play pranks. I know sometimes it's easy to say that women are wicked. Why would you be the landlord of the house? Some men have also demonstrated high levels of responsibility. All right, in my years as a school administrator, all right, I've seen parents come to me and they will tell me things like they're going to pay the school fees of their child. You get what I'm saying? And then I am to please lie to the man that the child has not paid the school fees. I should even threaten to send the child home for not paying school fees. Are you getting what I'm saying? And so when the father pays the school fees, are you getting it? Then I will now sort. They will now sort them, And sometimes you will say, women, I've told you a number of them, that they will even inflate the school fees. All right, so let's assume that we are collecting 100,000. The woman will tell me that, please write 150,000. And she would even give you justified reasons, why she's doing what she's doing. You see, as logical as these things may appear, probably because of the actions of the other party, it is still wrong. Because number one, at a basic level, it's a lie. Number two, it's a sign that something is wrong with that marriage.
Yes.
All right, it must be both of us coming into giving our best. All right, and we must not take advantage of the other party. And I think that's what happens a number of times. We take advantage of the other person. So we feel that this person will always sort the school fees. So this person will always sort the rent. So let me just hide my own. So in that, the other party too, trying to be smart, says, let's do this way, 50-50. All right. I remember a staff coming to meet me one time. I was trying to look for a loan. He said, because out of the house rent for the year, the husband had already given her own share. She go and look for it wherever she wants to get it from. There's a whole lot of abnormalities that take place in marriage. But we must know that as said, it is 100. All right, but the 100 may weight differently. But that's why we must love ourselves, honor ourselves, and put in the best.
And trust one another too, that this is actually our best. This is best.
This is best. And we should have a video where we talk more extensively on the issue of trust, all right?
Yes.
Maintaining trust in marriage. All right, so I think we should leave it like that. Now, the second myth I wanted to talk about in marriage is, the myth that love is enough. Love is never enough. You see, I feel like laughing by that statement, but let's be very serious because there are people that are watching this. There is more to maintaining a marriage than love. There is always more to it. All right, there is commitment, there is love, there is forgiveness. All right, there is perseverance, there is ability to overlook certain things, there is self-development. All right, so many times there are marriages that don't work because we stopped at the level of loving each other. We did not push it to the next level of forgiving each other. Even though forgiveness is in love, but we did not push it to that point. We did not push it to the point where we also have to develop ourselves. All right, because doing marriage counseling, I want to tell people that one of the best gifts you can give your spouse is a more improved version of yourself. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, because marriages will move from one phase to another phase. All right, we are 7 years married this year, and we have transited from one phase to another phase. All right, we have moved different phases.
Yes.
Yeah, pre-childbirth, pregnancy period, post-childbirth, now having kids at toddlers, having kids that are, different phases. We have had different phases of our careers too. All right. So one of the things that would make marriage work, one of the things that is making our marriage work and that will keep making our marriage work is our decision to keep getting better. And that's beyond love. All right. Because many times, love is just that feeling, that emotional display we have around ourselves. And, we don't find what we are looking for in that other partner. We get disappointed. And that's when you hear people say things like, I didn't know this is the kind of person I was going to marry. So when we think the only thing we can offer is love, then we get disappointed. All right. So we get disappointed. So there's more to love: adaptability, flexibility. Are you going to be courage, patience? All right. These are attributes that will make marriage work. Right. Despite the fact that you love
one another,
you love each other. Yeah, and you love one another. All right. So you see that many people that divorce today, they are people that don't. It's not like they don't love each other. That is why some people still sleep with each other even after divorce. Yeah, because there's still this level of attraction. There's not a lot of things that happen. Relationships that break is not necessarily because they don't love each other. All right. In fact, even when people sometimes say that, the love I have for him is dried up, it is because of the experiences. Somewhere the love is still locked somewhere there. It's still locked. Yeah, it's still there. All right. That's why even when something bad happens to that person, you're still concerned because you love the person. But both of you were not just ready to make it work because probably they felt that all we need to have a good marriage is love. So I think that's not about that.
Yes. So what we are saying is that love is not enough.
Love is never enough.
We need to give ourselves to growth, because I've also seen in cases where men, they feel like they are growing, they are becoming better, but the woman seems to be the exact same person she was when they got married to her. So as they grow, she no longer looks like this is not an excuse for infidelity, but it seems as if she no longer fits the level that they are in, and she's not able to transit as the man seems to be transiting. And sometimes the woman's case, especially even in this age where we have lots of women empowerment events, women empowerment courses, women empowerment coaching, and women seem to be taking their growth and development serious in these days. And then she seems to be growing. She seems to be more exposed now. She seems to, she's high flying. She's this, and it's almost as if the man is unable to transit
to get better.
And because of that, the man begins to feel like his manliness or his manhood is being threatened, and he begins to cause a lot of fracas in the marriage, even though they seem to love each other. But this woman is going, this one is going. So it's on both sides, and also with especially with ministry sometimes, and pastors and pastors' wives. Some people got married not knowing that they were going to become pastors. And because of that, when the man finally received the calling and became a pastor, don't I say the man was called, the woman wasn't called. And so the woman became a pastor's wife, and then because she's not growing at that level, or maybe she's not gym or spirit like that person, she's unable to move into that same level with her husband. And because that development is not there, she's not deliberate about her growth like the other spouses, then it seems that there begins to be this separation and this lack of connection that is between the spouse. So I think that even though they love each other, we need to be
a lot of intentional
work. We are developing together, we are growing together, we are learning together.
Now, number 3, all right, the myth, a general myth that people have about marriage is that happy couples never argue. I want to agree with that myth because I don't argue with my wife.
Hey! Happy couples never argue.
Yeah. Happy couples never have issues. They never have disagreements. There is nothing further from the truth. Are you with me? Yeah, happy couples have issues.
Yes.
Yeah. And please let me talk about, when I talk about happy couples, I'm not talking about people that are happy on social media. I'm talking about people that are really
genuinely
happy.
happy.
There are people that are just happy on social media, they are not happy at home. But my context or our context of happy couples are people that really love themselves.
Yeah.
So despite the fact that they love themselves, they still argue. There are issues. And in our marriage counseling, we tell the couples that, or couples that the reason for disagreement is our differences.
Yes.
Differences in our upbringing, differences in our perspective to life, differences in our values, differences in our experiences. All right, so those differences will lead to arguments in our interactions. All right, and it does not mean we don't love each other. It just means that we are viewing life from different perspectives. So, happy couples, great couples, they argue, they have issues. All right, what really matters is how well, are you with me? They are able to manage the differences. All right, how well we are able to deal with the issues that arise. All right, we always have differences in the way we see things, in the way we view parenting, because we didn't have the same parents.
Yeah.
All right, my wife and I did not have the same parents. We didn't grow up in the same place. All right, we didn't grow up in the same environment.
Yeah.
We most likely we did not even attend the same school. Of course, we attended the same university. Even the same university, we didn't have the same set of friends. All right, so there are a lot of differences, and those differences will lead to disagreement. We don't have the same level of influence. All right, so we must understand that there will be disagreement, but we must be ready to sort it out amicably and as quickly as possible. Yeah, there are disagreements that appear so heavy. All right, there are disagreements that appear so heavy, but if we sit down properly and we love each other, we are patient with each other, we will move past it.
Yes.
Are you with me? It's just like your individual walk with God. All right, there are issues, you've had issues here and there, but yet you still work it out with God. You receive forgiveness from Him, you get back to Him, and you move on again. So when you say man has worked with God for 40 years, 50 years, there had been issues. All right, there was a time Abraham, went behind and listened to his wife and went to impregnate Hagar, and but he still went back to God. All right, so there could be ups and downs, but it's our readiness to see to it that we don't let these disagreements to overturn our commitment as couples. So I think that's not about that. Number 4 myth we want to talk about is you see this one here. It's a very serious one. It says if you are with the right person, marriage will be easy. It's like saying that God has given you a land, but you still have to face giants. Are you with me? Yeah, that's the way it is. So God told Israel that I've given you this land, all right, but there were giants there.
Yeah.
So the fact that you are with the right person does not, protect you from issues. All right. The reason you should just be with the right person is that you know that whatever issues you guys have, can work it out. That's basic. That's very basic. All right. So marriage can be difficult, even if you're with the right person, because probably you're not ready to grow, you're not ready to
put in the work.
You're not ready to put in the work.
Required.
Yeah. You're not ready to put in the effort. So it's not true that marriage is easy if you're the right person. Just find the right person. No. And that is why for me, your goal isn't just to find the right person. Your goal is to also be the right person, because if you find the right person and you are the wrong person, you will produce a wrong marriage.
Yes.
It's as simple as that. Are you with me? So my goal isn't just to find the right wife. My goal is also to be the right husband. So now imagine a marriage where my wife is working towards being the right wife and I'm working towards being the right husband. We are going to produce the right home. Are you get what I'm saying? When you see a situation where all I'm looking for is I want to make sure you're the right wife.
Proverbs 31 woman.
You must be the Proverbs 31 woman. Are you get something like that? You must be if you are not the Proverbs 31 woman, that's the woman I'm looking for. I'm not saying that you are wrong. I'm just saying that, are you also, which one is man?
Proverbs 31 man.
Are you also a Proverbs 31 man? Yeah. So it's not just to find a Proverbs 31 woman, it's to also be the Proverbs 31 man. Is it Proverbs 31?
The man, yes, now husband that allows her to grow, to do everything she
wants. So there's a man that's also making the environment conducive for her to be that woman. Are you with me? So I don't just want to find the right woman, I also want to be the right man. And when you understand that, you know that there's a lot of work to be done. Now, we're not doing this to scare you. We're letting you know that there's a lot of intentionality that has to take place. All right. Marriage is not for lazy people. Marriage is not for people who are passive. It's a lot of work. You are going to be living with someone you never lived for over 2.5 decades of your life. Mm-hmm. All right, someone you don't know. Now, I'm not talking about the kind of marriage we're on now that maybe I asked you not to start living with me. So after 8 years of living together, I'll not give you a ring. And I say, you didn't expect it. I'm not talking about all of those things. I'm talking about proper biblical marriage. All right, marriage can be difficult, even if you're the right person. Marriage can be frustrating, even if it was God that came down from heaven one day. Tell you that, see, that wife.
Thou art my wife.
That's your wife. Yeah, even if that's God just came down, heaven opened.
Thou art your wife. Oh, that's right.
That's your wife. I say, yeah, God, you can still have the very first. In fact, you can divorce that man or that woman in 2 years. All right, because there's a whole lot that has to come to play. I don't know if you have anything to
because I think that in this age and time we have this generation of men that are looking for women who can pray for them, when they travel, who can pray for them. I'm not saying that it's not important for women to pray for their husbands or for wives to pray, but I think being on it because you know your prayer life is you don't have a relationship with God. You're not trying to augment by looking for a praying machine as a wife. You know, I had a man of God post on a social media and said that you are looking for a wife that can pray for you to stay where prayer can meet you. That don't say you are going to Abuja when we all know that you are going to Port Harcourt to go and see your side chick and you are expecting her to pray for you for Johnny Mercy's.
I don't remember.
That's pray for you for Johnny Mercy's. Because I think one of the criteria is when you see actually all these men down on the streets of Lagos, what they look for is a prophet as a woman that can pray for them, one that can pray for them, one that can pray for them. I'm like, why don't you? It shouldn't even be the head of the family leading even in that regard. Instead of you looking for it in a woman and be like you are expecting that you are looking for the right woman, the woman that can pray for you. Why not concerned about working on your own self to become a better person? Just as you have said, I always like to paint marriage as like a garden. If you want to see what you desire in a garden, you must be ready to put in the work to cultivate that garden. You must be ready to weed out the grasses. You must be ready to burrow, to fallow, to do all of those things that is required for a garden to actually bloom and blossom and the flowers to come out and everything should flourish. If you don't put in the effort that is required for that garden to flourish, you will see beautiful marriages out there, just like you see beautiful gardens out there. But yours won't be beautiful because you didn't put in the effort. So it's not about just being the right person. It's the willingness and the commitment to do the work, the intentionality to do the work that ensures whether a marriage will flourish or not.
All right. So now the fifth one we're going to talk about. All right. Now, as we said earlier, that there are several myths about marriage. We may still produce another video to still debunk some more, all right? But the fifth one we're going to talk about is that if my spouse loves me, he will know what I need.
Yes, sir.
Or she will know what I need.
Can't you read my mind?
Yeah.
Can't you know if I plan my face? This is what I'm trying to.
That when if you're looking at me, you should know this is what I need.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
our spirit, our soul should be connected.
If you married a witch, it might be true. Like, since the witch.
You are my soulmate. You should be able to
know that this is what I need.
Pick it. I should be transmitting it as you. You're picking the transmission.
And you see those things, and led to a lot of disappointment.
Yeah. And unmet expectations.
Yeah, unmet expectations will lead to disappointment. And the truth is that one way to sort issues like this is to communicate. Yeah, you should communicate in all areas. You should communicate. Yeah, I mean needs, whatever you need. Are you with me? You need your husband or your wife to address you in a certain way. Talk about it. You need something, talk about it, not just finance alone. Can you get what I'm saying? Yeah, depending on your partner, all right, to automatically know what you need is to set yourself up for disappointment. Because sometimes our partners are also going through things that we may not even know. The man has his own pressures to deal with. The woman has her own pressures to deal with. And then you are somewhere in your corner, assuming the person should know that I need this. Even when we talk about sex. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you see, if you're having sex with your partner, all right, you should talk. This is what I need. This is what you should guide the other partner. You should guide your partner. Sorry. All right, there's no other partner.
Your spouse.
Not
partner. Right? Please use the word spouse.
You should guide your spouse.
Your spouse.
All right, this is what I want. Touch me here. Do this. All right, and of course, the other partner You know, the other spouse, your spouse too, must be ready to. English is not your mate, all right?
Because if you say partner, you think it's boyfriend and girlfriend.
Your spouse too must be ready to pick it. Oh, this is what this person needs. Are you getting what I'm saying? All right. And this will help. This will reduce your disappointment. Are you getting what I'm saying? You are expecting that, oh, my husband should know that I need a hug. You see,
why are you laughing now?
all right, sorry.
Making me feel like
I didn't want to. There are some things I don't want to say.
Have I not changed?
I didn't say that, but I will. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, so what do you need? You need a hug, all right? So, oh God, I'm sorry. Let me finish up. Oh, where was I?
I'm not looking at you.
No, yeah, sorry. So as I was saying, you must be ready to also adapt or adjust with the person. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yeah, and make it known. This is what I need. Use clear and visible signs. The best way to communicate is through talking, all right? But if talking seems a little bit difficult for you, let the signs be so clear. Let it be so glaring. Are you with me? And if the signs, the person is not speaking, talk about it. All right? You see, you should never be shy around your spouse.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you with me? Yes. Telling your husband you want him to sleep with you or you want you guys to make love tonight does not make you cheap. The guy has paid your bride price. Telling your wife that this is what you need does not make you less of a man.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting what I'm saying? So you should be ready to talk about it. Express your mind, express your feelings, express how you feel about the matter. This is what I think, this is what I need. Are you getting what I'm saying? And then the spouse too must be ready to adjust. And of course, as we relate with ourselves, as we learn from each other, we will get to that point where we can readily know the needs of the other person.
Yes.
All right, where we readily know the needs of that person. But you see, till then, we must, keep communicating. All right, and keep coming. Not feel, or else you're going to set yourself up for next disappointment. So I think that's that about that.
Yeah. What 5 important myths that I think this video has been quite comprehensive.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the subscribe button, like this video, drop a comment. So we want to know from you what other myths about marriage are common to you that you've heard about, or that you even like us to debunk in any of our videos.
If it is true or not.
Please drop them in the comment section if you have any myths like that, any commonly believed thing about marriage that is not true. You like us to explain from the biblical perspective what exactly is the truth according to God's word concerning marriage. Thank you so much for watching today's video. We look forward to seeing you in our next video. Until then, thank you.
Thank you so much.